You have to, if you want to interview somebody, your brand, your company, we talk about culture, your company culture, you better know what those values are. You don't have to put it on the wall and say, here are 5 pillars or whatever. You don't have to do that. You just need to know what it is. Writing it down is probably helpful, but at least understanding these are the types of people I want to work with every day. This is a big part of your day, a big part of your week, big part of your life. If you're working together, probably try to find people that align with your values and you have a similar mission for what you do professionally. I think that's something that most people don't focus on, including myself. But if you're like, this is what I want, envisioning it is a really helpful activity to do. But just like, what is a perfect day or what is a good day? And not just for yourself, but like for everyone on your team. Are you using the tools? Are you helping your team with your technology, your systems? Are you helping people not be frustrated each day? Are you helping them like succeed in their role? Like that's, you need to think about those things and actually implement them and have them ready and work on them when people are brought on board. I think that's the big thing that most people don't do. It's like, hey, just ride in the truck with me for 2 weeks and then go door knock. Like that's not really helpful for most people. It's just not going to help. And even if you go through some sales training, that's a third party sales training, that can be helpful in one sense, but you're not really on the same mission at that point. You're just like, you're giving them skills that may help them, but not really help the company.
Yeah. One, I would say that you're definitely much more focused now on what you want the company to be. I would say that like you're much more clear on what you want the company to be and what you want the mission to be. But I think you at least had enough of a grasp back in 2017 when I first started working with you that I could understand like, hey, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. We don't know exactly what the day to day is going to be, but roofing companies have always kind of operated in one way, and I want to find a way to do it differently that makes it better for the company, for the customer, and for the roofing industry in general. And so that was enough that I could grasp on of like, uh, I feel like the word disruption or like a industry disruptor gets thrown around a lot. It's kind of like a buzzword. But I mean, essentially, like we were wanting to do that a little bit, maybe not necessarily kicking down doors kind of disruption, but like we're going to quietly try to do things differently, and it's going to be something that people notice. And um, yeah, and I mean, I at least had a grasp of we were trying to make that sales process better from day one. And we tried a million different things. Like I've done door knocking. I've done just door hangers. I've done sales pitches where I don't meet with the person. I've done where I've sat down at a kitchen table with somebody and stayed at their house for an hour or more. We've tried so many different things, drilling down on figuring out what it is that works. It's going to give somebody that best experience, but still gives them the best end result. And I think you were clear enough at the beginning that we could see that that was something that was going to align. And I didn't need a perfect 25-step plan of what that was going to look like. I just was like, you know what, like let's figure this out together. And I think we've largely been able to do that.